Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kayla if you're new here, and welcome to a Hawthorn Legacy reading vlog. So I actually filmed a reading vlog for the first book in this series, which was the Inheritance Games, and I'll link that down below, but this vlog is going to be dedicated to the Hawthorn Legacy, which is the second book in the series. So I actually started this book last night, but I only read the first chapter, and the chapters are really short in these books, which I really love, but it wasn't enough to get me into the story, so I don't really have any feelings about this one yet. But I'm excited to get further into it, but I don't really have a timeline for this vlog. It's just gonna span the amount of time it takes me to read this book. Who knows what else will be shown in this vlog. This morning my husband and I went to a little zoo, so I'm gonna put some clips of that in here after this clip, but we took the motorcycle there, and so I was wearing a helmet, and that's why my hair is such a mess. But yeah, welcome to the vlog. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll let you know once I've read some more of this. Hey, so it's a few days later from when I last updated you guys, and I've only read one more chapter of the Hawthorn Legacy, so I'm only up to page 12. But the reason for that is I had a crazy busy weekend, so I believe I updated you guys on Friday. Well, Saturday, my father-in-law came to visit, and then Saturday night, my brother came to stay with us, and he spent the night with us, so we hung out with him Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday night we did a Mario Kart Championship, which was super fun and super nostalgic because we grew up playing that game, so that was great. And then, yeah, Sunday he was still here until the afternoon, and then I just didn't read anymore Sunday. And then Monday, my husband and I packed up the camper and moved to another campground. So that took the whole day to pack up, move, and then set everything up in the new campground. So I didn't read anymore yesterday either, and today's Tuesday. Everything's all set up now, and I don't have any plans for the day, so I should be able to get a lot more reading done today, which is the plan. I'd like to go sit outside and read because it's currently beautiful outside, and the whole last week was rainy, gross weather, so it would be really nice to be able to sit outside in the sun for a little bit. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So I still don't have anything to update you on the book because I'm only 12 pages in, but hopefully later this afternoon I'll have some updates for you guys. But just look at that sky. It's so gorgeous out today. I can't wait to go outside and sit and read. So it's a few days later again, and it's really taking me forever to get into this book, but today I can say I'm finally getting it back into it. I'm currently on page 89, and I've finally gotten back into the rhythm of reading it. I think it just took me so long to get back into this because I've been in a big audiobook kick lately, and I think that's the main reason why it took me so long to get into this, because when I finished the first book, I was super excited to jump into this one because of the big plot twist at the end of the book. I was really excited to jump back into this one, but I didn't right away, and so then it just took me a while to care about the characters and the story again. But something else happened around, I think, the 50-page mark, and that really got me back into the story. And now I feel like I'm back into the swing of things. I enjoy the characters again. I'm enjoying seeing where it's gonna go. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this book leads and what other reveals it has for us. Because at this point, I don't exactly see how it's going to be a 3-book series or however many books it's going to be. I think I saw on Goodreads that there's going to be a 4th one, so I'm curious to see how it keeps going, but I'm glad to say I'm enjoying it again. It's currently Monday, and I didn't do much reading over the weekend. I don't really have much of a reading update for you. I read like 2 chapters and they're super short. Like I've said, I am hoping to finish the book either today or tomorrow, and I'm still enjoying the read, but I really have nothing new to say about it. But I wanted to get on here to update you guys because I wanted to tell you that tonight my husband and I are going shopping for a new engagement ring because this happened. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is the bottom of the ring and this is the top. And yeah, it came apart. And I'm super sad about it because this ring is gorgeous. But I'm gonna have to, I don't know if it's gonna focus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick out a different style of engagement ring because this is the second time that this has happened with this ring. When he bought the ring, it had to be resized because in the store they all come in a size 7 and I needed a size 5, so they had to resize it, and it broke a few months into me having the ring. I just bumped my hand up against something and it just fell apart. So then when that happened, we took it to the store and they custom made the same exact ring in a size 5, and they said that this one should be much stronger. It was probably something that happened when they resized it, made it weaker so that it shouldn't happen again. But it's been about 2 years now that I've had this one, and all that happened was I bumped my hand up against my husband's hand and it fell apart and fell to the floor. So thankfully, both times that this happened, it just fell to the floor and we found both pieces. But since it happened a second time, I really don't want to get the same style because if it fell apart and fell like in a storm drain or somewhere where I couldn't get to it, then I wouldn't be able to get a new one under the warranty because I wouldn't have both pieces. This isn't even the original ring he proposed to me with, but it was the ring that was in the wedding and it looks exactly the same. So now this next ring is going to be different than the rings that were in our wedding photos, which makes me sad. And I know it's just a thing, but it still makes me sad. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to find one I like tonight. The day that it happened, we were at my parents' house and my mom and Matthew and I went to 2 different stores to look for a replacement ring, and I could not find one I liked. So now that we're back in a new town, my husband and I are going to go out to another one tonight to see if we can find one that I like. And I think my problem before was I'm just so used to seeing that one on my finger that when I look down and it's a different ring, it just doesn't look right. And it has to match with my wedding band too. And if you can see, here, I'll put it on my finger, you can see it better. But if you can see, it has this little dip right here. So it's hard to match an engagement ring to this one because I picked it to match this one and never thought I'd have to find another match for it. So yeah, that's what it looks like, and as you can see, when it fell apart, it cut my finger. But yeah, every time I looked down at the ring, it just didn't look like it matched. But I think my problem was it was just not the same ring, and I'm so used to seeing the other ring. So I'm hoping, now that it's been a few days, I'm hoping that I'll just kind of get that one out of my mind a little bit and be able to pick one that I like with this one. I don't feel like I'm that picky, but when I'm in the jewelry store trying to find a ring to match with this one to replace my old one, which is so sentimental, it's really difficult. So if I find a ring, I'll put a picture up here, if I'm able to get a picture of it, because I'm not going to be able, it's the only rings in the store are size 7, so it's going to have to be resized or made in my size or whatever they're going to do. But I'm kind of nervous because it's the ring I'm going to have for the rest of my life, and it's just really weird because it's not going to have that sentimental like proposal with it, and it's just going to look different than the original one. But that was a long ramble, but I just wanted to tell you guys what was going on, and my mind was quite distracted with that this weekend. So I did not get a lot of reading done, and I'm not going to have time to read this evening, but it's about 2 o'clock now, so hopefully between now and when my husband gets off of work, I'll be able to get some reading done. I will let you guys know when I finish and if I have any updates, but let's see. I'm now on page 247 out of 352, so I'm that far in. So we will see. I'm currently feeling like this book is going to be a 3-star, but hopefully it has a great ending and that changes. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm just not loving it. I'm not feeling any certain way about it, but okay, I'll quit rambling now and talk to you guys when I finish the book. I just wanted to give you guys a closer look at the ring so you could see what I'm talking about, but it broke because you can see here how it's connected in these little tiny places. It's very dainty. It broke right here because it was connected by this thin little piece of metal, and as you can see, the diamond sticks out. So if it bumps up against something, it's gonna put pressure right in that weak spot. And that's what happened. I think over time it just kept getting weaker and weaker until it eventually just came apart. Because like I said, both times this happened, I didn't hit my hand very hard up against anything. So I think any other kind of design wouldn't have broken like that, because I don't do much to be rough on the ring. So I try to be really careful with it. So I think it was just a design flaw, and I found out they don't even make this ring anymore. So that's probably why, but I don't know that. I'm just guessing, because yeah, like I said, this happened to me twice, so surely I'm not the only one it's happened to. I kind of hate to close out this vlog with no makeup and fresh out the shower, but that's what we're doing, so here we are. I just finished reading the Hawthorn Legacy, and I still feel the same way about it as I've been saying. It had a lot of twists and turns, and it did pick up a lot from the last time I spoke to you, in like the last little chunk of the book. But I'm still not feeling super compelled to pick up the third one. I'm going to. I want to complete this series, and I do want to see where it goes. But it didn't leave me with a whole bunch of questions that I feel like I need to have answers to. But yeah, it was good, not great. I'm debating giving it 3 stars or 4 stars. I'm leaning towards 3 stars because it wasn't nearly as good as the first book to me. But I did give the first one 5 stars, I believe. But yeah, I was just a little disappointed because I thought I'd enjoy this one even more than the first one, because I felt like the first one was more of a setup and this one would be more action-packed, and I didn't feel like it was. I mean, it was more action-packed, but I still enjoyed the first one more. Talking it through right now, though, I do think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars because the first one was 5 and this one was still really good and entertaining. So I'm gonna give this one a 4 stars, but it wasn't enough that I want to vlog the third one. I do want to read the third one, but I'm not going to do a separate vlog for the third one because I just didn't have enough to say about this one, and I've heard more negative reviews on the third one than I have on these two. I'm not super hopeful for that third one. So it'll probably be featured in a vlog, but it's not going to have its own separate reading vlog. So yeah, we're going to give this one 4 stars. I would recommend reading this one if you read the first one and enjoyed it, but I enjoyed the first one more than this one. I'm debating whether I'm going to put all those clips about my ring in this vlog because it kind of doesn't really have anything to do with the vlog, and I don't know if anyone cares, but it's kind of a crazy thing that happened to me, so I might include it. So I'm just gonna update you guys and let you know. As you can see, I have on a silicone ring for now, but which I already had this one. I just wear it to the lake, so I'm just gonna be wearing this one for now, I guess. So as I said in the last clip, my husband and I did go to another jewelry store. I'm not gonna mention which jewelry store it came from just because I have a lot of negative things to say about it, and I don't really want to bash the company even though I'm really annoyed with them. But we went to another one of their locations, and the manager at that store, we told her everything that happened, that we had talked to customer service, we had a case number and everything. We told her everything that happened, and she was like, well, we can't help you because you purchased this ring at an outlet store and we're not an outlet store, so we can't help you. Which is not true, because we had visited another of these locations which was not an outlet store, and they were willing to help us because customer service had talked to them and they were gonna help us. I just couldn't find a ring that I wanted in that store. So we went to this one. She said they couldn't help us. When we went back to the car, we called the customer service and they were like, yeah, she definitely could have helped you. What would you like us to do to fix the situation? And I'm sure we probably could have gone back, had them call that manager and gone back and purchased a ring in that store. We were nice to her, she was nice to us. We left on good terms, but I just didn't want to go back into the store. I would have felt uncomfortable looking for rings after she wasn't willing to help us the first time. So I didn't want to do that. So we just asked what our options were, and they said they could escalate the situation and bring the situation higher up and figure out what they could do about it. And so that's what we decided to do. So they're going to contact us in a few days and let us know what they can do to resolve the situation. It's a whole bunch of drama, and I'm kind of bummed I wasn't able to pick out a ring yesterday. I should have just picked one out the first day, but it was just too hard to pick one the day it broke. I don't know. I feel weird because it's just a thing, but also at the same time, it's a really sentimental thing. I don't know. I feel like maybe I shouldn't even include these clips because people are going to think I sound so materialistic. But it's not that. It's just the principle of the matter. It was my engagement ring and it broke. Not once, but twice. But if I am brave and decide to include this, thank you for listening to my ramble. And please don't think I'm a terrible person. I'm not even a super sentimental person. Like, I will get rid of stuff, no problem. But an engagement ring is just different. But thank you guys for sticking with me through this vlog. I know it wasn't that interesting because I didn't really have many feelings towards this book, negative or positive. I feel like if you hate a book, those vlogs are interesting. If you love a book, those vlogs are interesting. But if you feel neutral, then there's not much to comment on. There's not a lot of content. So I apologize for that. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And thank you so much for sticking around if you did. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. That really helps my channel. And I'd love to talk down below. Let me know if you've read this series. And if you have, let me know if you think I will enjoy the third book more based on how I feel about the first and second, if I'll enjoy the third book, or if you think I may not so much based on me loving the first one and not liking the second one as much. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!